Gideon Sifuna, a student who was enrolled at Africa International University in the year 2016, that was January, enrolled in the program of Bachelor's of Education degree, a specifics of secondary teacher education. All along, I have been very passionate about leadership, especially being able to extend service to humanity, which is dedicated service to God. And so when I scouted places of service and found that clubs exist, sports exist, in my heart I felt that at least I should make a contribution for this great university of choice. So I was very happy as a happy student after I discovered that I could place myself in especially drama leadership and drama membership. There was CU, there was volleyball, which I ended up being the captain. But all along, my bulging urge has been to be able to provide authentic service to humanity. And in this case, it is a contest of a university, and I have always tried and I've always done my best. Having had a talent and also having served in various positions as a leader, I saw fit to be able to get in a particular place and be able to have my presence felt as an input towards growth, which comes in stages, and as it has always been said, success is always gradual. And therefore, in everything I do, I have always aimed at being an all-round student who aims at achieving holistic success. So I was able to place myself in the pinnacle of leadership of clubs, and also leadership through CU, leadership through Grace Group, where I was an assistant Grace Group leader. But above all, I remember we faced challenges when I was admitted here as a student back there in 2016, when we were staying at a particular place, which was actually a private rented place. And that's where I got to understand that the people whom you stay close to can be able to identify your gift. So at that particular time, already signs were in the air that at least Sifuna can make a good leader. And when the first time came, when the elections came, they told me it was a good deal and they could bet on me to go and clinch the seat and also to extend service to the larger community. So that was in the year 2017, January, when I went for the position of the presidency for the first time. But behind that thought of at least being able to clinch the top leadership of Africa International University, leading especially the students of this great university, and also students who are great. And students here, we have students who are working, we have students who have just come from the high school. So as a vision is a big picture, and I think I had more than enough. I had a vision to really deliver on my promises. That was it, to know what I am out to do, and they were able. So when anything arose, I think they felt, let's seek the counsel of Mr. Sifuna. Maybe he has a way, or he has an opinion on how we can go about this thing and yet be successful. So it has such an environment whereby people are understanding, but also the human nature generally to be relational is something I really admire about and is of really interest to me. And it was something which really motivated me to see myself being the leader of this university. So that not for any gains, not for any privileges, because I believe leadership is for one to be able to better the lives of others. And therefore, I went for the position. It is worth a sacrifice. It is such a learning session to be able to unlearn, unearth, and be able to learn some new acts of doing things. Because being in a university is all about character formation, education, and gaining of skills. And once you're able to gain your skills, you're able to work on your interests, you're able to train yourself in the passion. I always say, if I had not discovered my passion till now, I would spend every waking minute to just be able to pray about something, to meditate about it, so that in future when I do something I love doing, to just have that passion. You paid for doing something which you love. I feel it could be something which is very tantalizing. Okay, applying democracy on equal grounds, whereby you're able to bring together people on a common goal, and being able to integrate people coming together to have a unity of purpose, I think has also been key. And from that point, talking of democracy, last year 2018, when we had an election, I was through a heated campaign, and I think God's will prevailed, I believe, and leadership is ordained and is inborn. And I was able, through God's grace, to be able to win the seat, not for any personal gain, but to be able to serve the students of Africa International University. So after winning, I think I had my manifesto in place, which was just basically addressing with some of the issues which students were facing, starting with housing, starting with the academic, spiritual life, and also their social life, and also security, whereby it was generally issues of creating awareness and being able to align initiatives to see some of these things which students were looking forward to happen come into place. And when we finally had a groundbreaking ceremony for classes, I think that was also a hallmark of my leadership. It is a team which I have had a team of 10 whom we have been able to accomplish very much. We have had surcharge for government-sponsored students reduced. For deeming students, it is also going to be something very positive when it will be officially communicated that that release of 25% after the thesis and dissertation years, those are the 3 years of studies, elapse. It will be something good for the postgraduate students. Then we have had to achieve, for those who are lovers of football, at least we have done something for them. For those in academics, we have been able to do something which have touched their heart. For those who are out for spiritual activities, we have had accelerated spiritual activities. For the security, we have had to liaise with the security department to be able to put in place checks and balances so that we're able to have a very safe and a very peaceful environment, because everyone admires peace, everyone loves safety, and also everyone loves being protected. And I believe in everything God has really been in play, and we have really put him at the center of our leadership, so that we're able to achieve more the way it has been appreciated and applauded by the student association members. I would like also to really appreciate the members of the management board, generally staffs. We have really had to work together. Though in my style of leadership, maybe I didn't please all of them, and in leadership, this where you cannot please everyone because of the kind of style you employ, and also some things which warrant that you have to employ different tactics to handle a particular thing. So it is not something which is constant. I think that's where maybe the approach on issues and the how addressing generally some of the issues which students were having, I think. But with that, we are able to thank God still for the opportunity we have had in the 1 year period we have been in the student council. And the call for us to be here, it is our calling and a privilege to be able to accomplish that which maybe God had purposed, so that he is able to place us at this particular time in this great university of choice. And how I believe that this university offering quality education, which is accredited by CUE, and the standards are also high. And it is just a call as students who are ambassadors of this great university. We can really do more, you can really do much to be able to speak to our friend, because this is where there is quality education which has been integrated with the Christian principles, Christian values, So you're able to learn, to really achieve the goal for the time you are here, but also you're able to achieve your spiritual goals, building a very firm foundation for your spirituality, which outlives you. You know, the best legacy I've always admired is always to have a spiritual foundation, because nothing ever happened without God, and nothing will happen without God in the picture. So we put Christ at the center of everything to ensure that at least we are doing what He has really called us to do, because with our humanly power, we cannot be able to achieve much, but with His grace, with His sufficient grace, we are able to achieve more. So I really want to see this university at a better place come 5 years coming. I know there are still much which needs to be done, but as stakeholders, as students of this university, as everyone, if everyone is brought on board to be able to address maybe the challenges which have been existing, be able to harmonize the plans we have, be it drawing a 5-year strategic plan, which is going to not only involve the students only, but also the alumni who are key partners of this university, and other corporate organizations which partner a lot and supply us with the various variety of goods we consume as a university. I believe we'll be taking this university to another phase. So I believe nothing is possible and nothing can hinder us from doing what must be done. And there is nothing which happens without a cause. Therefore, I would like to urge everyone to come on board with the ideas you have, to just be able to present them to the right offices, to the relevant offices for discussion, for the betterment of this university. I always believe in leaving a place better than you found it. So if you found it in sheets, at least you ensure when you are leaving, you leave a place where there is order, because we are having a generation right now, and also after 30 years, there will be a generation which will be in need of such a facility. So I believe if we put together everything we have at our disposal to make this university a great place to be, I think that will be the atmosphere, and that will be here, and it will attract masses, because so far we have students from over 32 nations across all continents, which is something encouraging. The diversity that exists here is just amazing, and at least it gives you exposure, it gives you already an appetite of what really exists in other continents. Let me take this humble opportunity to congratulate those who are student council elect, who have now been successfully inaugurated into office to serve the Student Association year 2019-2020. It is such a call of service, and leadership is a call from God. You are chosen by God to lead the Student Association at this particular time. And I believe you are good for it, because what exists and what is there will always go to that one who is good for it. So you are good for it at this particular time of dispensation, in these times whereby everything has started to work, and the council is now on a very high pace, high standard, and you have the goodwill from the people, you have the goodwill from your predecessors. So for us is to continue to commit you into prayers, so that whatever plans you have for us are the plans which God has really planned and executed, once them executed through you, because God works about His things using people, and I believe you are the people who have been trusted with this mantle of leadership to come and continue from where the outgoing student council leadership has left. I was the chair, Mr. Sifuna Gideon. So I would like to just give you some 4 points which will be able to guide you in your 1 year in office, for you to also be successful and know that it is a continuation from where we have left, and not actually starting everything anew. So the first point is actually the focus of your faith. Faith is very key. You look at the Bible verses, you find Abraham. He was the greatest father of faith, and that's what people in the world recognize him, those who are Christians. So I believe for you to be successful at such a time like this, you have to keep your focus, stay firm, have consult God on many things. Whatever you want to do, ask God. If God has an upper hand or he's appending a signature to that which you want to do for the people. So when you have God from the start, the ending will be good. But when you leave God outside the picture, I think the ending will be messy and it will have casualties. So it is the quality of the relationship you have, that personal relationship you have with God, which will go a long way to strengthening your faith in Him. You should be able to keep that focus in faith, as it will determine the quality of your thinking. It will determine the quality of the life you have in the student council. It will go away to determine even the kind of student association members you leading, because you are a sample of what we are having among the student association. So it is you now who has been put on the screen, and people will be looking up to you to be able to hear from you. So kindly just ensure you honor that call to be able to consult God, because I believe it is through God that you are now holding that particular position. So just be able to do that which honors God. Secondly, be able to understand your environment. Once you understand your environment, you will be able to avoid so many mistakes. Because you will be able to consult. I always believe in not exercising 99% authority, but being able to share this authority you have. Don't believe you are the only one and the all-knowing one. So it is about you being able to just consult where you feel you are not sure. And understanding the environment means you understand what is possible to do, and you still are able to appreciate what is impossible for you not to do. So you're able to appreciate those specifics. There are those equilibrium, like for an equilibrium balance. You should be able to understand and employ different tactics at a particular time. Not that one strategy you have will work every time. So be able to understand at this particular time, this is a strategy we can be able to employ and still be successful. And at that particular time, let's employ the other strategy and see how it goes. But above all, this is what I insist. Be able to consult more. When you consult, you will limit wastage of time. Then thirdly, you should be able to clarify the contribution you want to make for this particular society. It's not that you cannot do everything, but at this particular time, when you only have 1 year in office, you have to clarify that thing which is realistic, it is measurable. In simple terms, it is smart. Your goals have to be smart. Your objectives have to be smart, in that they are time bound and you are sure that you will be able to deliver it to the essay. You have to promise only what you are able to deliver, and which is within your capacity, within your ability to be able to deliver. And with that, students will be able to understand and will be able to acknowledge you for the efforts you will have made at the end of your tenure. But if you go along to promise what is even not within your authority, what is not even within your limits, I think you'll be promising heaven when we are still sincerely still on earth. Then lastly, aim at all-round success. You should first understand that a student leadership precedes you being a student. So be able to balance between your roles as a leader and also your roles as a student. Because at the end of this tenure of service, you need a certificate, you need to graduate. So you should keep your grades in check, in that you should be able to balance those responsibilities so that no other responsibility weighs another responsibility. Be able to know at a particular time you're able to do this. Have the principles, have a life charter which is going to guide you in these particular roles. Because at the end of it all, we want to see you successful. Being on top, a top student in your academics, and also leading, giving being an icon when it comes to leadership. So don't let either side, because this is like a weighing balance. You have leadership on this end, then you have your student roles, among other activities which you are supposed to do outside. So be able to balance so that at the end of it all, you don't stress any of the sides. Just be able to work within the limits, understand your authority, and all is going to be successful. So aim at holistic success, because and aiming at holistic success means you are thinking right. Avoid filling your mind with negative thoughts. Just feel positive about everything that happens around, and always aim at making a difference. You have been elected to make a difference. That which you felt was a gap, this is now your time to be able to just use this ample time to be able to achieve, and be able to use this time to maximize all that time you are going to be in office, to be able to do that which you feel has not been done for the past few years. It's not about occupation of an office so that you are recognized. At the end of it all, an impact needs to be lived, and having an impact to those who are assigned to you, it really means a lot. And as I insist, having an impact means you have to find your spiritual standing and have it in check and be in the right position, so that whatever you achieve is just none other than having on a spiritually founded ground. When you are going to have a spiritually founded ground, I think anything which is going to shoot up, that means it will already have a goodwill from God, who has actually commissioned us to be at this particular place, to be able to offer services. So I'm really wishing you well. I wish you a smooth time in office. You have been given mentors, make use of them. It is a learning opportunity. The biggest mistake you'll make is making mistakes and not learning from them. So when you make a mistake, ensure you learn from that mistake and don't repeat that mistake. And always ensure followership on everything you do, and always keep a record of good work. Be the role models we have on the ground. Just aim at being an example to the other students, because you are now the clean fish that they have removed from those many fishes we have. So you are the big fish, you are the people we are watching, and I believe you can use this time to make a name not only for yourself, but remember, this service which you are giving to humanity, which glory goes to God.